Welcome to another video. We are back working on the RB25 E36. I don't even know what part this video is now, probably 5 or 6. Don't actually know. If you saw the last video, we built this awesome forward-facing intake plenum from the standard manifold, and we did a few other things ripping into this thing. We've got Bailey coming around to do some wiring. I'm going to start doing some fuel lines, try and mount up the power steering bracket, stuff like that, which I'm super excited. So, got our race work stuff over here. So I'm going to make our new braided lines, have to bolt the intake on properly, mount the power steering. I'm not sure where I'm actually going to put it. There seems like the most convenient place, as well as it's not right next to the hot side, so I'm not too sure exactly where I'm going to put that. I'm going to start doing some braided lines, which you don't need to see that because enough videos of people doing braided lines on the internet, so I'm just going to start ripping into it. Well, today has came and gone like that. He's done some wiring stuff. He's been tracing back some wires. I believe he is incorporating both looms into one, the RB loom with the E36 loom, and he's reusing the old fuse box. I'll let him explain that tomorrow when he's back to do the rest. I've actually mounted our power steering. That's where it's going. I had a quick test fit of the front end, made sure the light clears and all that stuff. Got our line done with a little bit of heat wrap and the drain done. So I'm pretty stoked with the power steering line. I just bent the standard one to make it go where I wanted it to go. I re-welded there and there, made it work. So pretty excited, another job that's ticked off the list. But the car does crank right now, in case you were wondering. It's a bit hard to tell, but we've got the standard power cable here from the BMW loom, and we've got it running from the junction here, which is from the fuse box, over to this junction there, and then it's teed off, and one goes to the starter motor, and the other goes to the alternator, and then there's a trigger wire which is wired into ignition, and so yeah, it cranks over. Sounds really healthy, has oil pressure. There's another massive box ticked off, so stoked about that. I'll put a video on of how it sounds when it's cranking. Woo! Pretty happy, it sounds pretty healthy. I'm gonna call it here today because it's a bit late, so I'm gonna head home, be back here tomorrow, start putting intake manifold on, get into the time lapse. Hopefully Bailey gets some more wiring done, and we can get that tiny bit closer to having the E36 start up for the first time. Look at all this bloody mess, Bailey. It's like you've done nothing, mate. You just caused a mess.
Who be buying this crap?
Not me. Alright, today's been a pretty good day. I feel like a fair bit has happened. I've got the bottom half of the intake on, some of the front end together, and Bailey's been the real MVP and smashed out some wiring. Would you like to inform us on some of the wiring things you need to do to make an RB work in an E36?
What I currently still have to do?
Yeah.
I just got to check that the injectors still have their common powers. I just got to make sure everything's got the right powers and grounds, pretty much.
And we can't check that till we have an ECU.
Oh no, I can check that.
Oh, can we check it now?
Yeah, that's just continuity. I can check through continuity. Yeah, just wiring and stuff, man. Nah, we're just chipping away. I'm just going through, like at the moment, as I'm wiring it, I'm just going, okay, do the coil packs have power? And then I'll find all the coil pack wiring, I'll trace it all, I'll make sure I find everything. I've tried going off some diagrams, but for the most part, I haven't found the correct diagram for this. So it's literally just a case of tracing every single wire that I need.
That's because there's so many different variations of the BMW with different motors and stuff, and different looms.
Yeah, but also like splicing in factory parts from 2 different manufacturers that are located halfway across the world from each other, you know, like trying to make it all.
Well, if you're trying to learn how to wire E36, do not watch this video.
Yeah, dude, I can't tell you what I'm doing, bro. I don't even know what I'm doing all the time, man.
Fair.
I'm just trying to use as much of both factory looms as possible. As far as wiring goes, maybe like professionals are a bit different. Obviously, I'm not a professional, but I'm a big believer of make it work and then make it look pretty.
This actually looks so cool with the front end half on. But we're done for tonight. I have found a small issue with the fan is basically hitting the radiator, which is terrible for us. So I think we have made a decision, or Bailey sort of convinced me, just to run thermos in this, because I'm not going to have a fan shroud anyway. Easier, probably hit the car cooler. But heaps of work has been done, which is awesome. Bailey's got power to injectors, coil packs, ECU, and I think a few more things, but yeah, awesome. But now Bailey's gone, we are going to head home as well. I feel like we've done a lot today, and I cannot thank Bailey enough. So much help with this build. Much appreciated to my friend Bailey. But anyway, we'll see you guys in the next day or two when we start doing some more work on this thing. Hopefully start doing some fab work soon. G'day, we are back. Another day working on the E36, and we have some bad news. We have a Link G4X for the RB25. The plug-and-play version of the G4X does not actually come with an E-throttle module. And because we are running drive-by-wire, that is an issue. There is a service that Link actually do where you can send the ECU back and they wire in the module to the actual ECU for you. It's like a 4-week wait, or you can buy an E-throttle controller, which is about $500. I'm not gonna pay $500 for the controller because it's sort of not in the budget for this build. So I'm gonna send the ECU back, but a 4-week wait, which means we have to wait another month or plus to get this car running, which is a real slap in the face because I was so excited to get this thing running pretty soon because it's really not far off. But that means obviously with more time ahead, we can do other things. Bailey's gonna stop doing the wiring because there's no point in him doing the wiring until it's ready. But it's not all bad news. I have some more parts, which I'm gonna show you right now. All right, we got some boxes here. Some of you may recognize this company right here, Fabricating rods. They've actually reached out to jump on board with our E36 to help us out. So it may not seem like it with a Link ECU sitting on the engine right now, but this car is actually a budget build. I'm trying to build this thing for as cheap as possible. So if we have the chance of a company jumping on board, I'm gonna take it. Like we've had Raceworks, we've got GJ Drivelines, my man Grubby from 21 Fab. Link is sort of a sponsor, I guess. I did win the event that gave me the voucher to get the ECU, but I didn't pay for it. So I'm counting that as a sponsor. And now we have Fabricating rods, and we have a fair few boxes here. But before I talk too much, let's open these boxes, see what we got. All right, I'm not entirely sure what actually sent me out, but I don't think it's the biggest core. It's only 3 inches thick. It's got 3-inch outlets on both sides, but it's going to be plenty for this car. So I'm very excited about this. We'll move this over, chuck it there. This one here, I've already opened it. So I just wanted to inspect it. We've got a 44mm wastegate. Looks pretty decent. Should be plenty enough for the job we want. I wasn't sure if this was, I thought this might have been coilovers, but it did feel extra light. We just got the 2.5-inch aluminium piping, bunch of silicone joiners. I'll probably change it out to Raceworks in all honesty. I don't like the blue, I'd much rather black. That's that, it's nice and easy. Here we go. First thoughts of the turbo. Well, I should tell you what model it is first. It's a GT3076. It's got a 0.82 rear housing, I think, which is perfect for the DE Neo. Overall, the quality looks pretty good on the turbo. It does look a little bit cheap, but like the machine work, the tolerances between the turbo, the way it spins, all feels relatively decent. I'm pretty happy with it. But we are definitely going to be cutting this flange off and winding a V-band to it. I'll get a V-band from Amaron. It just looks a bit nicer, I think. I honestly can't thank Fabricating rods enough for jumping on board, supporting the cause of the budget build on the E36. They will be sending us out some coilovers very soon. I told them I want to get the car running and driving and tuned first before we do that, because when we do chuck the coilovers in, we're going to put wheels on it and slam it. and this thing is gonna look gangster. Although, it'll probably stand on these stock wheels actually for a little bit until we get some coin. We'll pull our blown hyper gear off and we'll chuck our brand new Fabricating rods 3076 turbo on the manifold. Out with the old, with the new. Let's clock the compressor housing and see how we actually fit up. Unfortunately, it just still hits the strut tower. I'm not too fast. I'll happily just dent in the strut tower with a ballpoint hammer. Just do it really lightly. It should be fine. Now we got our wastegate. I can actually weld the flange on. You can see there's actually not much room. If I was to put the wastegate there, there's barely any room to get a dump pipe down. So, as you can tell, our flange is definitely welded too far back. That's just where I had it on my 33. I'm gonna chop this back to about there and weld our new flange on, and then that should at least give us plenty of room to get a 3-inch dump pipe down that little gap we got. We have our wastegate all welded on. Can't quite see, there's some pretty bad welds down there, but plenty of clearance. Now we have heaps of room for our 3-inch dump pipe to go down there. I did actually notch this part because we were going to run this car non-turbo, so that was notched for our extractor to fit, but it has definitely worked in our favour. We have plenty of room for a 3-inch or 3.5-inch dump pipe for us when we build our dump pipe. But I'm very happy with how this thing's coming along. It's looking awesome, and motor looks so good in there. Oh, all right, more talking. I just want to give a massive shout out to Fabricating rods for jumping on board. Without them, budget builds like this don't happen. They just threw heaps of parts at me, and they're still going to send coilovers too. And I'm really excited to see how everything performs. I believe the turbo will be perfect for our application. It does say these things are rated for 600 horsepower. We're planning to just run this thing E85. Do some head studs just one by one to keep our head gasket tight to the block, and probably going to run 10 psi, maybe 14. It's sort of, I want to have this thing be about 200 to 250 kilowatt. I don't want to push it any further than that, and this turbo should be perfect for that, as well as the wastegate. We have a good ECU, so we can have all the safeties in where if it over boosts, it'll cut the car. But please, if you are interested in doing your own budget build, head over to Fabricating rods and use the discount code MARTON. So my last name, M-A-R-T-O-N. I know a lot of you cannot spell it properly, because if you look in the search bar, you type Cam Martin Drift, it comes up with Cam Martin Drift every time, and it's O, it's not an I. Anyway, I'm heading home because it's late, I'm hungry, I'm starving. Anyway, enough rambling. This video is probably going to be too long of me just bloody talking, and no one wants to hear my voice, and I didn't want to listen to my voice editing. Shut up. See you tomorrow.
Whoa, giant to a maggot, big boss status. Ain't gon' lie, I really wish they would like a cabin. I ain't do no frontin', get my money on the back end. Yesterday's price ain't today, now we taxing. Way out the fear, ain't no way out for me. They always told me I'm the wave, like I'm way out. And see, I know some real ones turn state, ain't no way I could be out here living like a villain, only way up for me. Moving out the purges, I give time if it was worth it. If you come
The next day now, and the E36 is out from underneath my old man's XY, so I actually have some light now, which is pretty cool. I made a little stop off down to my good friend Mike, down at his shop, two-step garage. I went in and just had a quick look at his cars, his projects, his little drift cart, which is friggin' awesome. But I made my way upstairs and I stole some parts. My man has been too kind to me, and he has looked after me so well. I was getting ready to make the intercooler brackets for this thing, to chuck our new Fabricating rods intercooler on. And he's like, mate, I got some brackets down at my shop, go get them. He's actually in New Zealand right now, so I went over there and buddy broke in and managed to steal it. But if you look right here, we've got a pretty cool piece of kit. So we've got our intercooler here, and we have a two-step garage, laser cut bit of metal. I'm pretty sure it's mild steel. It almost looks like stainless, but I'm pretty certain it's mild steel. It's magnetic. This is super easy, because if you don't have the facilities or the tools to be cutting and welding and making brackets, this is perfect. I think they're 100. I'll check their website. There you go on the screen. They're $160. make life so much easier. They've even got a part where you can mount your oil coolers if you want to keep your oil temps down. So I'm going to just test fit it up. I'm going to fit the bracket, which will stay on, and then I'm going to test fit the intercooler and go from there. Hell yeah, exciting. Oh, and also I've got my manifold here, which we just got back from ceramic coating. It's all looking pretty good. That can is something else entirely, don't worry about that. Had to give her a bit of a lick up. It probably will burn straight off because it is just a can of paint. As long as it looks good for now, because we're hopefully chucking it on for the final time tonight or tomorrow maybe. Hopefully in this video, we'll see. But let's get this intercooler bracket on it. Bloody E36 has an intercooler. That is so awesome. These dimensions on the bracket are made to suit any sort of your typical cooler, whether you buy it from eBay, Aeroflow, Max Medium Rods, Phoenix, whatever. They will pretty much suit your traditional style intercooler. So now we're gonna work out what way we're gonna run our cooler piping, and obviously forward facing. We're pretty much gonna go straight for that hole right there. I originally wanted to go down there, but we're gonna obviously have a hose coming from there. So just straight across, down that. I'm gonna try to keep as close as I can here because we do have to make a swirl pot still, which is hopefully gonna go somewhere here, I'm hoping, down the side. So we need to keep as much distance as we can from it and get as close as we can to this edge here. And then we've got a very nice direct run straight up there.
I flush my juice down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My piece flush like a disco ball. I dance like I don't give a fuck. I flush my juice down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My piece flush like a disco ball. I dance like I don't give a fuck.
Done. Oh my God, what's the time? 12:15. Whew. Goddamn. All done, baby. This pipe actually took me so bloody long. And as you can tell, my best welds were definitely on the elbows. I did do some pretty average ones all over, but quite awkward to weld. I was trying to do it also in one orientations, but this pipe is all done. Let's chuck it on the E36. I actually can't finish it because I need to get an adapter for the throttle body, but I've done it enough so I can at least put it on. So here we go, ready? Chuck it on. I'm actually really bloody stoked about how this thing is looking. When you go over here, it looks nowhere near as cool because you can see the wheels and there's crap fitment and things bloody high. But when you're over here in the front and you can see the turbo, the RB, cooler piping, plenum, everything, it just looks so tough. I really do like it. I was hoping to get both sides of the cooler piping done in this video, but unfortunately, I'm just running out of time. It's already midnight now for me to get this video out for Sunday. I'm trying to be a lot more consistent with my videos, so trying to get a video out each Sunday. And to do that, I've got to finish here. Alrighty, well, it's the end of the video. Before I say my goodbyes, I want to say a massive thank you once again to Max Medium Rods jumping on board, sending us out a turbo, intercooler, wastegate, plus some intercooler piping. If you are wanting to buy any parts, please use the code MARTON, M-A-R-T-O-N, in your checkout, as well as Two Step Garage. My man Mike from Two Step Garage is the one who hooks us up with the intercooler bracket, plus a bunch of other stuff for the E36, which you'll see in a later date. At Two Step Garage, use cam 10 and you'll get 10% off as well. So tomorrow the E36 is getting pushed. Fucking train horn. But unfortunately we're done working the E36 right now. It's getting pushed outside tomorrow because we're working on R33. We have a drift event coming up in South Australia on the 12th of May, I believe it is. I'll put it right here. Where we're going to Hale and Ben to do round 2 of the Drifting SA series. So I've got to do some upgrades to R33. So that's my plan tomorrow, which will have that video out next week. And then the week after that, the drifting video. And then the week after that, hopefully this thing will be back in here and running. Anyway, I'm rambling. Once again, I talk so much crap. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks Fabricating Rods. Thanks Two Step Garage. Thanks Raceworks. Thanks Link. Thanks GJ Drivelines. Thanks to the old boy for letting me use his workshop. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like it, still do it anyway. Just help your boy out. Time to clean up and go to Macca's because that's the only thing that's open right now. So.